So just two of us, or?
Me and my.
Oh, okay.
There's the pilot and bonitão.
Ah, tá. Quero ir.
É, vai se cagar todo não?
Não.
E a tua avó?
Não sei.
Vai lá, pergunta a ela então.
Eu sei. Eu sei voar.
Tu já viu, né, Alexandre? Tu já viu. Lembra lá da montanha-russa?
Voy a pensar que estoy volando al Perú.
Ei!
Sí, ya me pensamientos que estoy volando al Perú.
Ih, Alexandre.
So you could start your flying in the next year or two, and you can get your student pilot's license to solo at 16, and actually get your pilot's license, private pilot, by 17.
Oh, that's great. E aqui tá a cara da avó, olha a avó. A avó vai. A avó é muito corajosa.
Sim, estou rezando.
Essa é uma figura, meu amigo.
Estou rezando, estou rezando.
Ela tá rezando, mas ela vai.
Sim, eu vou. Quero pensar que vou volar ao Peru. Yeah.
Alexandre, pergunta tudo a ele que ele vai te explicar tudo.
Up here just so that when I'm going out in free flight, nobody's going to start the engine up. So you start inside the cockpit. Check those. Okay, there's a couple documents that you need to have before you start flying. Part of the pre-flight inspection. This is the pre-flight inspection. So you need to pull out these documents to make sure that you're legal to fly. And you have what's called your airworthiness certificate. Then you have your registration to the owner who owns the airplane. You have your, this is just airspeeds. You'll have your weight and balance information, which is usually in the book inside there. It's not there, it's behind the seat. Elevators going up and down. And then also, if you look back by the tail, you can see the rudder. We'll check that again once we're inside and we have it started up. So my control lock's out, my ignition switch is off, so I know that's off, and my key up here. My master switch, I'm going to turn on for a minute. The master switch has all the electricity to the airplane. And what you want to do is you want to check that your fuel quantity's up. You check inside when you turn your master switch on to see that the quantity is up, but you also check it visually because you never know that the gauges could be reading something and you might not even have any fuel in the tank. So you never just go off those, but you look as well. So fuel quantity indicators. Landing gear position. Green means the gear is down and locked. Avionics cooling fan. You can hear that the avionics power right there. You can hear the avionics cooling fan is on right now. And then you turn the master switch off. So turn it back off. My fuel valve is on both. The fuel tanks are right up here in the wings. Right here. And if you have this on both, then it's what's called gravity fed, so it just automatically feeds into the airplane. On an airplane like that, see that little white one back there with the low wings?
Yeah.
You have a fuel pump. to the left wing and turn to the right wing to have the fuel fed into the engine. But in this plane, it automatically just feeds into it because it's above the engine. So then you turn the master switch off, fuel selector switches on both. Alternator and alternate static. Let me check right here. You can see a little. And the baggage terminal check. Okay, and then I'll start outside. So if you want to meet me over on this side, we'll go around it and accident. So even though I fly these planes all the time, I still pull out the checklist because I can go along and go even if I know it, but I just double check on the checklist. So this area of the plane from behind the cabin to the tail is called the empennage. The empennage has the horizontal stabilizer, vertical stabilizer, and also the rudder. And then it also has this. This is called the elevator. And it helps you go up and down. So our gust lock is already out. We don't have a tail tied down right there. Just like these wings are tied down. And it's kind of like a sailboat. If you have the wings untied, it could get lifted up and go in. Control surfaces, I'll check for movement. But I also want to check the antennas that they should have. For the landing gear.
Olha lá, Alexandre.
Come up. If you see any rips, double check that. Also, what you're looking for is this light blue in color. See how it's light blue? And if you had any water in the bottom, you'd want to keep on something until you got it out, because your engine would start to sputter if you have water. So, it looks good. That'll evaporate. Come out here. Check the A-line. Now inside the cockpit you have the control wheel.
Ele tá vibrando.
Ele já começou desde que nós viemos para cá que ele gostava. Sabe de quando? Do ano 93, mais ou menos. Ele já, quando tinha 9 anos,
Ele já começou
com 9 anos ele começou a gostar. Com 9 anos.
Tire has enough pressure in it. Let's see, back to our checklist. So, up on the nose, it says the important things to do. I'm going to check the engine oil level. I'll check the static port, both sides of the fuselage. Check, all you want to do is check that hole is not covered up. Real important, it deals with your airspeed and your altimeter. Your vertical speed. Like the propeller, you can feel it beating it. So if any dents or chips, you can kind of feel and see how it's kind of worn. It's worn just a little bit. See how the paint's rubbed off. That's from like gravel on the ground. And this landing gear comes up as well. It folds forward and comes up. So there's nothing. So, yeah. That's good. Here's another static port, making sure that that's clear. This is your stall warning device. You ever heard of a stall? Yeah. It's when the airplane's pitched up and you're not getting enough smooth air.